Artificial intelligence and consumer tech have long promised to reshape the world, but in recent weeks, three very different stories have highlighted the tensions, challenges, and breakthroughs defining the current landscape. One comes from Silicon Valley's most closely watched AI firm, OpenAI, which just made a major about-face after mounting legal and ethical pressure. Another centers on a practical new robot, Pi 0.5, that is captivating Reddit users. And the third involves Apple's bold plan to reinvent the iPhone business with new form factors and a revised release strategy. Together, these developments shed light on the evolving dynamics of AI governance, robotics design, device innovation, and our increasingly automated future. OpenAI was founded in 2015 as a nonprofit with a lofty goal to ensure artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. But the company's meteoric rise and commercialization, especially following the breakout success of ChatGPT, have sparked increasing concerns that its mission is drifting. In late 2024, OpenAI proposed converting its capped profit subsidiary into a public benefit corporation. The move was designed to raise massive capital, reportedly up to $40 billion led by SoftBank, to stay competitive in the global AI race. However, critics argued that the plan threatened the organization's founding ethics by prioritizing investor returns over broad societal good. The backlash was swift and vocal. Over 30 experts, including former OpenAI employees and AI luminaries like Geoffrey Hinton, submitted formal objections to state authorities. Elon Musk, a co-founder turned critic, reignited a lawsuit alleging OpenAI had abandoned its original nonprofit mandate. Faced with mounting scrutiny and the risk of regulatory intervention, OpenAI reversed course in May 2025. In a letter to employees, CEO Sam Altman announced that while the for-profit arm would still become a public benefit corporation, the nonprofit board would retain majority control and oversight. This hybrid structure is intended to balance two competing forces: the need for massive investment and the obligation to steward AI in the public interest. But skeptics remain. Ongoing legal investigations by attorneys general in California and Delaware, and Musk's pending lawsuit, now including Microsoft, underscore the fraught path OpenAI must navigate. The outcome of this saga will likely set a precedent for other mission-driven tech startups wrestling with the trade-offs between innovation, governance, and ethical responsibility. Amid slowing smartphone sales and rising geopolitical risks, Apple is reportedly planning a major overhaul of its iPhone strategy. According to recent leaks, the tech giant is working on multiple new form factors, including a long-rumored foldable iPhone, and may shift to a new release cadence to maintain consumer interest year-round. The foldable iPhone is rumored to come in two variants, a Galaxy Fold-style device and a more compact flip phone model. Apple has reportedly prioritized durability and a seamless user experience, which is why the device's debut may not occur until 2026. The timing is critical. Apple is facing regulatory threats, weak performance in China, and renewed concerns about tariffs if Donald Trump returns to office. Additionally, critics have pointed out that Apple lags behind in the AI arms race. While Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI are embedding powerful generative AI into their platforms, Siri remains relatively underpowered. Apple is expected to unveil major AI upgrades at WWDC 2024, potentially including a partnership with OpenAI or integration of on-device language models. To re-energize demand, Apple is reportedly considering a shift away from its traditional once-a-year iPhone drop. Instead, it may move to staggered releases of different iPhone models and accessories throughout the year. This strategy would create more frequent media cycles and give consumers more upgrade opportunities. But the question remains, will new form factors and AI features be enough to drive iPhone upgrades in a maturing market? As one analyst noted, Apple needs to do more than fold the screen. It needs to redefine the smartphone experience. While OpenAI's internal politics and Apple's hardware ambitions dominate headlines, a very different kind of AI story is quietly going viral on Reddit. It centers around a compact home robot known as Pi 0.5, which forgoes humanoid aesthetics in favor of sheer utility. The robot's design is simple but effective: an omni-wheel base for agile movement, robotic arms for object manipulation, and a stripped-down chassis that avoids uncanny valley creepiness. This isn't Boston Dynamics Atlas doing backflips. This is a machine built to help with chores. And that's precisely why people love it. Reddit threads exploded with praise for the robot's functional approach. One comment, "The day disk can load and start the dishwasher, I'll order one, not kidding," received 117 upvotes, symbolizing both excitement and cautious hope. The dream of a truly helpful home robot appears closer than ever. But excitement is tempered by realism. Users raise practical questions. How does the Myobot sanitize its grippers after handling trash? Can it navigate cluttered spaces with toys and clothes on the floor? What about stairs? These concerns reflect a new phase in robotics adoption, As machines like P0.5 get closer to commercial viability, consumers are thinking less about novelty and more about integration. How will this device function in my home, with my mess, and my routines? The discussion also sparked broader reflections. One user quipped, "Using an automated device to start an automated device is next level," a tongue-in-cheek nod to how automation now layers upon itself. AI helping you launch another AI, robots starting your dishwasher, and so on. This emerging norm may prompt a subtle but profound shift, redesigning our homes not for people but for machines. Low-profile furniture, obstacle-free floors, and single-story layouts could become common, not for aesthetic reasons, but for robotic efficiency. OpenAI, Apple, and Pi.5 represent three different facets of the same overarching theme: the convergence of AI, automation, and consumer experience. OpenAI is tackling ethics and governance. Apple is reimagining devices and interfaces. Pi.5 is showing us what truly useful robotics might look like. Each story carries a different scale, but all ask the same question: how do we build technology that fits meaningfully into human lives? For OpenAI, the answer lies in transparency and resisting the pressure of investor capitalism. For Apple, it's about designing the next iconic form factor and embedding intelligence that matters. For Pi 0.5, it's about being quietly brilliant at the boring stuff. Together, these stories show a maturing tech industry at a crossroads, torn between ambition and accountability, hype and practicality. OpenAI's reversal shows that public pressure and ethical principles still have power in shaping even the most advanced tech companies. Apple's bold new direction demonstrates that consumer hardware is still ripe for innovation, especially when fused with real AI capabilities. Meanwhile, the viral success of Pi.5 hints at what people actually want from their AI future: not godlike intelligence, but helpful hands. Together, these stories are reminders that the future isn't being written by algorithms alone. It's being shaped by human values, market forces, and a surprisingly honest Reddit comment section. And it's only just beginning.